Yeah, you could see in his body language he was very determined to play the long innings, probably help India to get a big lead. Like as I said before, first session is going to be crucial. If you actually see, he's also gotten out to off spinners quite a lot of time, and I think he's probably thought about it. And in this match especially, where there's rough outside off stump, I think it's a pretty decent strategy.
What did you think of Rahul's innings? I mean, he was taking his chances. He was playing not even like a T20, playing like a T10. Day 3 is normally the moving day, as they call in a test match. With that, definitely India have the lead in this test match. They have a decent lead on this track, courtesy once again a Pujara special. Even though he scored only 40, but still is unbeaten, and that 40 is as good as a 70 or 80 on any other tracks and outfield. Kohli was looking good until Nathan Lyon picked him up for the 6th time, the most that Kohli has been out to a bowler in a test match. We have Yomi once again for day 3. Welcome Yomi. So India are definitely ahead at this stage, right?
Definitely, they are in the driver's seat now. Going forward, I think tomorrow will be a very crucial first session where India would not like to lose any wickets and probably put on the runs on the board.
Yeah. So what did you think of Kohli's knock? I mean, because he generally is a player who likes to score boundaries, but today he was very determined to stay out there. He was letting the balls go. As you said, he has learned from his first innings where he went after the ball and he was caught behind. So he's definitely worked his way out. That was a good knock, even though it was not a huge 100.
Yeah, you could see in his body language he was very determined to play the long innings. Probably help India to get a big lead. But nevertheless, it happens in cricket. You get these, good balls,
Credit to Lyon there.
Yeah, definitely credit to the bowler. It was a good ball, and Kohli couldn't have done anything about it.
But on the flip side, Kohli would have also, been happier seeing that ball jump off the rough, because he has Ashwin in his ranks. So even though Australia would be happy with that wicket, they would know that they have to bat last against Ashwin on that track.
Definitely, I mean that's the advantage of bowling in the 4th innings, and when you have a world-class bowler like Ashwin, I'm sure Virat Kohli will be really happy about it, and all he'll be looking right now is to get that lead as much big as possible.
Yeah. So what do you think would be the strategy of India in the next? I mean tomorrow, where you very well know this is the time to score runs. When overs is between 50 and 80, right? So once that second new ball comes, Australia will have that advantage. So Australia will definitely be looking to stem the flow of runs tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, like as I said before, first session is going to be crucial, and from India's point of view, they'll be looking at not to lose many wickets and from Australia's point of view, they'll try to strike early. Bowlers will be a little fresh in the morning, so they'll probably try to come and strike a bit early and probably try to slow the run rate for India.
And what did you think of Pujara's tactic? He was literally coming down the track, and it was against Lyon. He was not even looking to play the balls. He was looking to basically kick the ball, and it in fact got Lyon upset, right? So that was a good strategy, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you actually see, he's also gotten out to off spinners quite a lot of time, and I think he's probably thought about it. And in this match especially, where there's rough outside off stump, I think it's a pretty decent strategy. If you're going to see off Nathan Lyon, I'm sure if they're going to bring on the part-timers. You saw a head coming and bowling, and runs started flowing. So definitely it worked for him, and I'm sure he's going to use it tomorrow as well.
And what did you think of Rahul's innings? I mean, he was taking his chances. He was playing not even like a T20, playing like a T10. He was going for his shots, and it came off. I mean, as long as he was spending time, he was getting those cover drives going. So is that the way that Rahul has to play? Maybe take a leaf from Sehwag's book and try and go bang at the start, and once you get the 20 odd runs, then try to play proper creating shots.
I mean, if you actually see in the previous tour also against England in the last match, he got 149, I mean, initially he was, going after the bowlers. He was, anything wide or full, he was going after it, and it kind of worked for him. And it almost worked for him this time also. I mean, probably if that's the way of for him to, jump out of jail and then get runs. If that is going to work for him, nothing like it. But saying that, I mean, as long as he was there in the middle, he looked good, and he got that cover drives going, and it's a good sign for India.
Yeah, and about Vijay, he was because you don't have much options opening the batting right now that Prithvi Shaw is injured, so most likely this will be the same combination the next game as well. So having said that, Vijay is not coming. He looked okay, but once again that the old Vijay would have definitely left that ball from start. But he was pushing once again and he was caught behind. So, a word on that, Inning?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both the openers, they looked really determined. I mean, it was a good partnership, 50 runs partnership. It was a crucial one for India, going in the situation of the game. Coming back to Vijay, I think, he is known for his, long innings, and anything outside off stump, he lets it go. And that worked for him in the last series. I don't know why, but probably he needs to get back to those roots and find himself in that kind of form, and then get back his form.
Yeah, basically leave a lot of balls, but he's trying to play those shots. But as he said, he looked better in this innings. And Rahane would, in his innings would also be crucial tomorrow, right? Because he's also out of form. He needs some runs, not only for this test match. It's a 4 match series. 3 more matches to go. So his form is also crucial for India, right, in the middle order.
For Rahane, it is going to be a crucial innings. Because it is not going to be easy tomorrow morning, because the line is going to be coming in one end and probably trying to target that rough, and he is just come in and he's not settled, so it will be a very crucial innings, and he has to play out of his skin. If he's going to get some runs, it's going to do a world lot of good for him.
And during that partnership between Kohli and Pujara, I felt that Australians were almost down. I mean, their chins were down, they were looking completely deflated. They almost gave away the match pretty early, do you think? Because earlier Australian teams, I know this is a little weaker side, but still their body language was not that aggressive. There weren't too many chirps around.
Yeah, definitely. As I told before, it's all about confidence. But this is what happens when a partnership goes, and when you got two such quality players batting and probably playing solid cricket, solid batting. Any bowling unit is going to struggle, and any team is going to take a back. But I think they were at it for some time, and they had got Virat Kohli at the end, so that's a big plus for them.
Yeah, that wicket definitely would have G'd up Australia coming into day 4, because if Kohli and Pujara had gone into stumps without losing that wicket, right, it would have been almost over for Australia. Now that they at least got Kohli with the lead of 160 odd, what do you think Australia would be happy? I know it is tough to chase, but what do you think that Australia would be hoping to chase tomorrow?
I think anything less than 250 should be a comfortable not comfortable, but should be a tough target. Yeah, they would hope, but they really have to play out of the skin if it's 250 or more.
Yeah, so basically they have to bowl out India for less than 100 runs tomorrow. So definitely advantage India at this stage, right? So do you think that India will wrap this game tomorrow, or do you think that this game might be headed to the 5th day?
I think there is still a lot of time left, so there is no hurry for India to wrap it up tomorrow as such. They'll want to play as much as possible, try to deteriorate the wicket as much as possible, make use of it on the 5th day as much as possible. So I'm sure they'll want to take it into the 5th day, probably try to bat as much as possible tomorrow, and then towards the end when they are probably tired, probably get them in and get a couple of wickets.
So thanks for me. And so India definitely have their noses in front after day 3 in the first test at Adelaide Oval. Thanks for watching.